Welcome to ByteLadder Academy. Today, we're breaking down confidentiality and data protection in plain English. If you're prepping for your Security Plus certification, stepping into IT support, getting the hang of cloud basics, or really just want to understand real-world data protection, you are in exactly the right place. See, mastering confidentiality is an absolutely essential skill for any junior cybersecurity analyst to master. Over the next few minutes, we're going to look at exactly what it means to keep sensitive data safe, the tools we use to do it, and, the common pitfalls you really need to avoid. All right, let's dive into this explainer. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the core definition of confidentiality, look at a really simple filing cabinet analogy, break down 5 essential security controls, spot some common real-world mistakes, and then wrap up with a quick learner check. Okay, Section 1, the core of confidentiality, the absolute foundation of security. So, confidentiality represents a pretty delicate balance. It's the C in the famous CIA Triad, alongside integrity and availability. And its whole job? Focusing entirely on keeping private data visible only to authorized people. Think about it like this. Imagine you walk into your local bank and you see a massive stack of personal loan applications just sitting out on the counter for literally anyone to read. Names, addresses, social security numbers, income history, the whole shebang. You'd be pretty alarmed, right? I know I would. We all have this baseline expectation that sensitive details are kept secret, revealed only to authorized personnel, like the bank manager. Well, we expect that exact same level of secrecy on our computer networks. It's all about preventing unauthorized access, but crucially, and this is key, still allowing approved users to actually access the data they need to do their jobs. So what exactly are we protecting here? Well, sensitive data includes everything from passwords and medical records to financial data, business plans, and intellectual property. And we protect this stuff for 3 massive reasons. First, to protect personal privacy, just like you wouldn't want strangers casually reading your health records. Second, to maintain a competitive business advantage. You got to keep those proprietary strategies and client lists a secret. And third, regulatory compliance. Failing to protect this data can result in absolutely massive fines and penalties. It's a huge deal. All right, moving on to Section 2, the filing cabinet analogy. Let's visualize this protection. Honestly, confidentiality is exactly like putting private documents into a locked filing cabinet. The goal here isn't to destroy the documents, right? And it's not to hide the cabinet from the entire world so that literally nobody can ever use it. The goal is simply to make sure that only approved people have the key. Authorized users, they have the key, they can open the drawer, read the files, and just do their work. Unauthorized users, they're kept out entirely. Boom, that is confidentiality in a nutshell. Which brings us to Section 3, 5 essential security controls. These are the 5 essential methods you need to know. Out there in the real world, we enforce confidentiality using 5 primary methods: encryption, access controls, data masking, physical security, and employee training. As a junior cybersecurity analyst, these are your absolute go-to defensive levers. These are essential skills to master. So let's move through them one by one. First up, we've got encryption. Think of a hospital trying to protect super sensitive patient health records. Encryption is just the process of converting plain, readable text into this indecipherable jumble of code, what we call ciphertext. Even if someone intercepts that data, they won't understand a single word of it unless they have the correct decryption key. Once they plug in the right key, boom, the data is unscrambled right back into plain text. It's truly one of our strongest defenses against unauthorized disclosure. Second on the list, we have access controls. This essentially decides exactly who is allowed to view, change, or use specific data. For example, maybe a cloud engineering team sets permissions on a storage bucket, so only their specific engineers can access the configuration files. Or imagine a boss saving a company payroll file on a shared network drive. By setting up strict user permissions and password protections, that boss ensures they have full access to read and write to the file, but nobody else in the entire company can even open it. Third is data masking. Now, this is a brilliant method for when someone needs some information to do their job, but definitely not all of it. A perfect real-world example is a customer service help desk. Say a customer calls in, and the support agent needs to verify their identity using a 16-digit credit card number. Well, with data masking, the system hides the first 12 digits and only displays the final 4. The agent can totally verify the caller without ever being exposed to the full, sensitive credit card number. Pretty clever, right? Fourth, we can never, ever forget physical security. Confidentiality isn't just about digital code floating in the cloud. It's very much about the physical world, too. We're talking about actually putting physical locks on paper filing cabinets, installing biometric scanners on server room doors, and setting up security cameras. But it also includes everyday habits, like an employee just pressing the keyboard shortcut to lock their computer screen before stepping away from their workstation to grab a quick coffee. Simple, but so important.
And our fifth essential control is employee training. Look, the best encryption in the world won't help you if a user accidentally emails a highly sensitive spreadsheet to the wrong external client. Breaches in confidentiality frequently happen just due to simple human error or negligence. Regular training teaches employees how to handle data properly, how to avoid clicking unsafe links, and how to spot those tricky phishing emails. It drastically reduces the risk of accidental exposure.
All right, let's jump to Section 4, Common Confidentiality Mistakes. Basically, where defenses fail. So, a massive mistake people make is thinking confidentiality means locking data away so absolutely nobody can access it. But the reality is, approved users still need to do their jobs. Security shouldn't paralyze your operations. Another huge pitfall? Focusing entirely on external hackers while totally forgetting that insider mistakes are a massive risk. Organizations also slip up by using great encryption, but then handing out the decryption key to way too many people, basically oversharing access. And finally, forgetting physical security and ignoring employee training, those are basically surefire ways to invite a breach. Good defense means balancing strict security with authorized usability. Moving right along to Section 5, time for a quick learner check and recap. Let's review these concepts. Okay, here is your question. Which control makes data unreadable without the right key? I'll give you just a second to think about it. Got it? The answer is encryption. As a junior analyst, anytime you're asked about confidentiality, I want you to immediately link the words confidentiality and encryption in your mind. It is absolutely our most common and powerful tool for scrambling data to protect it from prying eyes. So let's quickly recap our explainer today. Confidentiality is the core principle of preventing unauthorized access to sensitive information, while ensuring approved users can still do their jobs. We accomplish this defensive posture using our 5 core tools: encryption, access controls, data masking, physical security, and employee training. In a digital age where data is literal currency, maintaining this confidentiality is exactly how we protect our organization's reputation, meet legal compliance, and, above all, maintain the ultimate trust of our customers. So look at your own workstation right now. Ask yourself, are you currently employing all 5 of these controls? Think about how easily you could accidentally compromise your own system if you weren't. Keep that in mind as you continue your Security Plus journey. Keep securing your world.